Good afternoon. Thank you for all joining me here today. My name is Katie Wilson and I'm running for Seattle Mayor. In these times, we all have a duty to stand up for our democracy and to uphold the principles on which it is built. I'm standing here today calling on the Sinclair Broadcast Group to reject authoritarianism, to reject government censorship, and to stand up for free speech by reinstating Jimmy Kimmel's show on KOMO TV. The First Amendment protects private speech from government censorship. It is of the utmost importance that we do not let our media, our forums for news and commentary and debate that are so essential to the functioning of our democracy, be subject to control and pressure from the federal government. That means we cannot let the FCC, a government agency, coerce television networks based on their programming or the comments of their employees. There are many complicated legal and ethical issues around speech, but this is simple stuff. And all of us have a duty to stand up against such coercion. All of us have a role to play in resisting the creeping authoritarianism of our federal government. I've been thinking about my role as a candidate for office in a high-profile local race. What can I do? And to be transparent, I had a short interview here at KOMO on Monday, and it did not sit right for me. It did not sit right with me, and that is what got me thinking about what my role should be in this moment. So I'll tell you what I am going to do. On Wednesday, October 8th, KOMO is scheduled to air a debate between me and the incumbent, Mayor Bruce Harrell. I cannot, in good conscience, participate in an event that will drive viewers and dollars to a broadcasting corporation that colludes and capitulates, that collapses like a house of cards under pressure from the Trump administration. So I am calling on Sinclair Broadcast Group to reinstate Jimmy Kimmel's show. It is an easy thing to do. And if this does not happen, I cannot participate in a debate that will be aired on KOMO TV. And I want to emphasize that this is a difficult decision because it's not just their debate. There are other people, other organizations that are involved in organizing it, and I want to participate in that debate. And so I hope that Sinclair makes the right decision. And I hope that regardless, we can move forward with that debate, even if KOMO is not able to participate. And I will also just say to the public that there are over 20 debates this fall, so you will have plenty of chances to hear from me and from my opponent. I also pledge not to spend campaign advertising dollars on any Sinclair-owned outlet, and I call on Bruce Harrell and his PAC to do the same. We should all be able to agree that Seattle will stand up for our basic civil liberties and not simply fold under threats from Donald Trump. I also want to emphasize that I appreciate all of the hardworking people at KOMO TV, the journalists, the news anchors, and all of the employees, and I know that they did not make this decision. This is about their corporate owner, Sinclair Broadcast Group. The events of the past few weeks hold many lessons for us. One of those lessons is about the danger of corporate consolidation of our media landscape, and also the crisis that the journalism industry is facing in our times. The fact is, there is not a sustainable funding model for high-quality local journalism and news coverage in our country today. We see social media companies gobbling up advertising revenue that once flowed to newspapers. We see hedge funds buying up local newsrooms, stripping them for parts, and laying off reporters. Even here in Seattle, we used to have 2 daily newspapers and 2 alternative weeklies, and now we have only 1 of each. Our local media landscape here in Seattle and in Washington State just suffered another blow last week. Cascade Public Media announced that it is eliminating its written journalism and cutting more than 15 jobs. As someone who was once a regular columnist for Cascade back when it was called Crosscut, this loss feels personal to me. Losses like this, repeated year after year in communities across the country, are devastating for our democracy. The hollowing out of local news contributes to political polarization and enables corruption. How can we hold governments, corporations, and other powerful actors accountable without skilled journalists doing the painstaking work of digging into what is really going on behind the facade? How can voters make informed decisions in local elections? This is a big problem, a national problem, but right here in Seattle, we can help to forge a solution. Part of the answer is public funding. Until the middle of the last century, U.S. newspapers were heavily supported by postal subsidies. Many countries around the world, from Norway to Germany to Japan, publicly fund news media at substantial levels. Today, the U.S. is an outlier. As mayor, I will propose strengthening local journalism through a program modeled on Seattle's pioneering democracy voucher program. Imagine if each individual resident could allocate some amount, such as $150 annually, to the local news outlets of their choice. In this way, public funds can help to sustain and grow our local news ecosystem without giving politicians the power to influence news coverage. Local journalism clarifies how power is wielded, how our institutions are succeeding or failing to serve us. It enables public debate and ties communities together. It promotes civic vitality and undergirds our ability to self-govern. In these dark times, the problems can feel overwhelming, but we all also have the power to be part of the solutions. That can mean standing up and speaking out against federal overreach and censorship, as protesters have done right here in this spot several times in the past couple weeks. That can mean supporting independent local news outlets with your own dollars. And that can mean paying attention, getting informed, and participating in our local democracy. I am proud to be in a position today to play a small role in resisting the creep of authoritarianism in our country. And I hope that Sinclair Broadcast Group will decide to stand up and do their part too. Thank you.